Hey there folks, niXcraft here. Welcome back to another episode of Surviving with niXcraft. We are here in episode 17 and we are also here in our new librarian house. We got both of our guys working hard here. This one is even standing on top of his work block. He's been working all day. But in today's episode, I am planning on building a little farm here. Nothing too crazy, but we need to get ourselves some wool. As you can see here, this floor on the upstairs level is just a little bit blank. Now I'd like to add some carpeting. And also wool is just, having a wool farm is just access to free blocks, beds whenever you need it, carpet like I had mentioned. And we could also use the beds in the nether for when we eventually go mining for ancient debris. Now something else I want to add next to this wool farm here is going to be actually a dye farm, or I guess a flower farm to make dyes. So once I clear out these trees here and stuff, I'm thinking just kind of sitting in a couple open stalls. We'll have like our wool farm over here and then the dye station right next to it. So we could run over to the dye station, grab whatever color we need, and maybe dye some sheep the color, or you know, something like that. Just whenever we need dyes, we could always use it, or whenever we need wool, we could always use it. Now that I got all these trees and stuff out of the way, I actually got to come in here with some dirt, or maybe I'll use some podzol, because I've dug up a lot of it around this area with this Silk Touch shovel. By the way, I healed up my pickaxe and my shovel now that we have mending. But yeah, I'm going to have to fill in these like holes with water in them, these little lakes that are around here. There's one here and one right over here, and I'm probably going to fill this one as well. So let me go grab some filling blocks, and then we'll get started with this farm. Alright, materials have been gathered. Besides some glass, I have that smelting up at our house. But we gotta run down here really quick to head to our skeleton spawner storage. And yeah, we've got a bunch of bows, by the way. Every single one of these double chests is full. I was gonna do this one with all enchanted bows, but I barely even have one double chest full of that. Anyways, we need to get 4 bows, because we need to actually make ourselves 4 dispensers. Coming right over here, cobblestone, redstone, and a bow in the middle. 4 of them. Perfect. So all these blocks on me are going to be used today, and let's head up to the surface and start this build. So we've got plenty of area cleared out over here, but I think I need to work on this hill. Sheep need grass because they're going to need to eat the grass in order to regrow their wool back, and they're going to be being sheared automatically. So how it would work is there'll be a observer in the ground looking at a grass block, so it would be facing the grass like this. And when the sheep is standing on it and they eat that grass block, it'll send a redstone signal up to our dispensers that will dispense shears and shear the sheep. So I'm going to get some grass in around this area and up on this hill. So I think the sheep are going to be raised up one and sitting up a level like this. And just kind of have a little roof hanging off over it. And kind of a tiny staircase down to access the chest where the wool will be placed. So let me just work on this hill first. Alright, got some more grass growing and stuff over here. I'll eventually landscape the outside once we get the path connected up. But I've got our 4 blocks laid out where our sheep are going to be sitting. And let's start by putting down our observers. Now these are going to be facing right into this block. I only made those path blocks for now just so I can mark it out. But let's see, we'll put these like that. Perfect. The little arrow on the top will be facing the way that the redstone signal is going. So that little, well, more of a triangle than an arrow, but still. So those will go there, and right on top, we'll take these dispensers and lay them down like, oh, fell off there, and lay them down like this. Now these will be powered by putting a block down behind it. I was going to go with stone brick, but I never made it. So stone brick's going down like this. And since the signals are going to be next to each other, we're going to have to alternate between repeaters and redstone like we did over there at our semi-auto crop farm. So let me get all this stuff in really quick. Stone bricks are in. Let's grab our redstone dust and repeaters and alternate like so. And that is perfect. I went and grabbed some glass too. So our sheep will be sitting right in here. So I'm going to build up with some glass kind of like this. But leaving this area only 1 block tall, because my plan is to put some trapdoors here, so that way we could like open them up and dye the sheep a different color if we need to. So our dye farm will be right over here. Flower farm. I keep calling it a dye farm. Next step before we get the build itself in is to get a hopper minecart track going down beneath here. So let me just clear out a little bit more space behind the track, because we are going to need to get back there at some point. Just clear a little path like this, and I'll put down some stone bricks like so. Well, actually, before we do all of this, let me grab this double chest here. So this is where all the wool is going to be filtered into. We'll stick the chest down right here, and just behind it, some hoppers. Oop, crouch place. Some hoppers going into it. Gotta clear out some more space, of course. But yeah, so the minecart track will be running across this, and we'll have just 2 powered rails, 1 on each end, so it'll continuously go forever. Probably fill this in with stone bricks at the back, and yeah, let's get this going. Alright, let's see if we can't make this thing look a little bit nicer. I'm gonna come in here with a little bit of this straight bark block, and it's oak. So this is just the bark texture all the way around it. I like using these to get rid of that little swirly that's on the front of the logs, like that little texture right there. So we'll put that on the ends, and oop, I said on the ends. And then we'll come across the top here with some slabs, I believe. Ooh, there's an Enderman over there. I made that platform so I heard him warping around. Let me see if I can get him. Enderman has been taken out, and I got most of this build in here, but see, I got some wheat in my inventory. I'm still going to have to find some sheep. That's going to be tough. They're not really too popular out here. We got a lot of wolves and stuff running around, but I laid out this little square here, and this is where our flower farm is going to be. It's a little 5x5 square, and the plan with this is right here on the back we'll have a dispenser. It's going to be full of bone meal, and we're going to run a redstone line all the way up to the front, connected probably to like a lever or something like that. And once we hit the lever, it will continuously dispense bone meal at a flower that we place in front of it, growing the flower around in this platform. So that is the plan there, but I think I should probably find a sheep first. I guess we could always bring a sheep through the nether if we can't find one. I wouldn't want to do that though. We've got some sheep, folks. A mother and her child. Come over here, guys. We will get you out of this rain. Well, not really out of the rain, but into a new pen. And a cow friend has tagged along as well. Back up at the house here to craft up some items to make this flower farm here. We are gonna need a piston and actually turn that into a sticky piston, so that's perfect. We are also gonna need a couple of these observers, 2 of them, and we have some redstone on us, and let's make a lever to activate it all, so that is perfect. Alright, back at the farm here, keeping an eye on our sheep. We've got 4 in there now, just waiting on these little babies to grow up, and we can put them in our wool farm and they'll be ready to go. But moving on to the flowers here, let's see, let's grab up some stone brick just to place some things on. Right at the back in the center here, probably should have silk touched that to get the grass back, but that's okay. We are going to put a dispenser facing wrong way, so let's put it out facing towards the grass like this. And this is going to be full of bone meal. Let's put another stone brick going like this and take our observers. We're going to stick one going this way, so its face is facing out. Now we're going to have to dig out a little space this way. Now this trench is going to have like a redstone line in it. And actually down here is where we're going to stick down that sticky piston. Stick down the sticky. Let's put that there, and we're putting our observer facing that grass block, like that. So the idea here is when we power that sticky piston, it'll shoot up and look right into the observer, which will send a redstone signal over to this. But when observers are looking right into observers, they send a continuous pulse back and forth. So this dispenser will be shooting bone meal continuously at the flower. Hello, wandering trader. And we will stand at the front here with our hand and just kind of punch all the flowers that come out, trying our best not to hit that middle one. So like standing back a little bit maybe and just punching the flowers as they get bone mealed, and we'll get a whole bunch of different types of flowers. So let me see if I can get this redstone line in and make it work. Alright, let's connect all this up here. Oop, not there. On the stone brick. And run it all the way over to the sticky piston. That should connect right there. And let's grab us a lever. There's nothing in the dispenser now, so we should just hear it ticking. when we push this lever. Perfect. Perfect. So that'll be full of bone meal. We can shut it off like that, and the observer will go down and it'll shut off. So once that thing's full of bone meal and the flour's right here, it'll just spread the flour all throughout this little grass patch here. That is perfect. Coming over here, trying to figure out how to cover up the redstone. I think we could use some trapdoors right here. Let's see if we could place some like that. I'm gonna have to break this and use it again, but I think we could just cover it up like this. And that way we really won't be able to see too much in there. We'll get a little bit of a view right here, but you know, that's okay. We'll just have it covered up a little bit like that, so at least at this angle, you won't be able to see. And I think we can come over here to our stone cutter and make up some cobblestone walls. Let's go with 13, that should be fine for now. And we're going to come up on the side with some posts, I think. And we'll start on top of this, and they're actually going to go too high over here in the corners. Except back here, we're going to extend it back a little bit to make sure that the awning that we're going to put at the top of this, the roof, is going to be covering up the redstone back here as well. So we'll come up with these cobblestone posts right here. And then the rest will continue up with, I think, spruce fences, and then we'll do dark oak slabs on the roof, just like we did over here. So this is going to be kind of just like, I don't know, maybe I'll put a fireplace in the center, and it'll be like a little farming campsite or something. We can just run over here real quick, get some dye, get some wool, and whatever we need. Before we finish that build, looks like our sheep have grown up. Let's see if we can get just one of them to come out here. Anybody want to join into the farm? Looks like you do. Come here, buddy. Got some wheat for you. And also a little, nice fancy pen to hang out in forever. Whoa, take it easy. Alright, he's on. And now we could just nudge him in. Boom. And now let's do that 3 more times. Alright, sheep are in, roof is on. Now I can come back here to these dispensers and fill them up with shears. We will have to take these out though if we ever want to dye the sheep. Because the sheep have to have their wool to be dyed, I believe. So we could just come to the back here. That's why I left this open, so we could refill the shears or take them out if we want to dye the sheep. And there we go. It just got harvested right there. Perfect. So if we get over here and grab our hopper minecart. Oh, it's already in my inventory, so that's perfect. Put it down on these rails, and it'll come back and forth and collect that wool for us. See if we could get there. Oh boy. Might have to break this out. And boom. Perfect. There we go. So now that should be collecting up and going into this chest. Let's put these back. Perfect. Oh, we got a grass block in here, but we got some wool. There we go. And that should be collecting in the background whenever we're around here. And whenever these sheep eat the grass, they'll be harvested. So, perfect. That's a wool farm. Hello, Pawpaw. Long time no see. But it is farm test time, so we can come over here to our flower chest. I think I'm going to go with a pink tulip. I got a bunch of bones on me for bone meal, so we could fill that dispenser up. And let's run a test on our flower farm, shall we? I really hate how much it rains out here, but this should be plenty of bone meal in this dispenser, I think. For now, at least, and we've got a skeleton farm anyway. So if we plant this tulip right here, and then hit this lever, it should start planting a bunch of flowers. Yep, there we go. So we can just kind of sit here and break these flowers, try not to hit the one that's by the dispenser, and we got ourselves a flower farm. We can just reach over here and turn it off, and look at this, we got a whole bunch of flowers. Now it's going to use a bunch of bone meal, don't get me wrong, but that's why I wanted the skeleton spawner in the first place. So we have infinite bones. But look at all this, we got, what, 30 tulips? Yeah, 30 pink tulips now. We started with 2. So this thing is going to be very, very efficient. So now I'm going to wait for this rain to go away and decorate this area on the outside, get some landscaping going. I'm really not too sure what I want to do with the path, the stone path that we're doing, because it's kind of far away from things. And I know just about in this general area the storage building is going to be. We're definitely going to have a path to it. This will probably branch off from that path. So I think I'm going to leave the path for now and just focus on the outside area. I'll have a little chest back here to hold some shears so we could refill this. And a little chest back there to hold bones and flowers and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get some work done here. Alright guys, both farms are in and we have a lot to check out here. So right in front of me we have 2 farms ready. Boom, we've got ourselves a wool farm going, and it's been running this whole time I've been building. And we have the flower farm ready to go, still with that pink tulip we used to test it. Now let's check out this area around it because I'm really liking it. I took a couple simple builds and just put some life around it, and honestly it made it look a lot better because these 2 things alone, I don't know, they were okay, but definitely functional. So if we come up this little path down here, we could access the redstone and the dispensers back here. And I've got some shears ready to go to replace these once they run out. And they've got some use in them already. We can go down and check out this chest because it's been running this whole time and see how much wool we have. Oh, wow. Yeah, we've got over a stack of wool in here, guys. So that is awesome. And whenever we need to dye this a different color, if we want to do some carpets or something like that, we could take whatever flowers we have from our station over here, come over to this side, open up the trapdoor, and dye these sheep. So that works perfectly. And if you come around back this way, I added in these 2 tall flowers. Now we are missing one variant. There's a 2 tall rose bush to give you some red dye. But I have these right here, so we've got pink and magenta. This chest next to it is just extra bones and bone meal. So here, I'll give you an example. If you take this bone meal and bone meal the 2 tall flowers, they'll just produce even more of the same flower like that. So they won't spread around like these ones do. But yeah, so there is that. And if we come over to our storage over here, none of these are really full except the top one. We're just throwing flowers in there for now. We still need some cactuses for green dye. I have to visit a desert soon, and we could smelt them over here in this furnace. So with that being said, that is about it for today. One more thing I want to add into this little area is a campfire. I think I'm going to stick it like right here or something like that, just so we can get a little smoke signal coming from this area. Yeah, that is perfect. That wraps everything up. It looks like a little campsite. So that's going to be it for me today, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed episode 17. For the next one, we'll be taking on another farm. I plan to make an automatic sugarcane farm so we could stock up on that and trade with our librarians. So that will be on Friday. So thanks again for stopping by, everybody. I always appreciate it. Make sure to drop a like on the video and also leave a comment for anything you want to see in the world, or if you just want to say hi. I appreciate all of it. So thanks again for stopping by, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.